Welcome to the Bullits and Bourbon podcast, where it's not about the bourbon, but more about who you share it with.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bullits and Bourbon podcast. We are on episode 41. This is our midweek episode, and I'm going to give a disclaimer. We've been drinking for a while already on this great Tuesday.
And you think they don't know that by now? I mean, if they're tuning in for the first time, maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that disclaimer has never not been given.
Well, I just want to make sure we're clear so that you understand some of our behavior. Right?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So we were, we usually on Wednesdays, we keep this to a whiskey-heavy episode, right?
Yeah, we missed the last 2 weeks, and we can blame that on me.
And why is that?
Issues.
COVID Carl over here.
Issues.
Yeah, issues.
So we went kind of bourbon heavy on the last 2 Fridays.
We did, yeah, more than we normally do. But we want to get back to our theme of really talking about, really great whiskey and kind of seeing where it goes. So, if you've joined in on the last, 5 or 6 episodes, we have been kind of heavily addicted to the Forbidden Bourbon. By Mary Anise, who is a legendary first female master distiller in the U.S.'s history, a great individual just all the way around. And we started off
with batch 2.
That's the result.
I finished today.
Damn. You got another bottle coming though, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And then a couple weeks after that, immediately after trying it, we ordered batch 1 and batch 3.
Yes.
So the next batch we did was batch 1.
Yes.
And that was about a week ago or so. Hit or miss, yeah. So we were really impressed with batch 1. Batch 2, we loved. Batch 1, it was a toss-up. And tonight, we're going to dive into batch 3. So what's pretty cool about all of her forbidden batches is they all check in at 95.2% proof.
Now.
Or 95.2 proof. And, there were some little differences between the two of them, but nothing that was really like drastically different between batch 1 and batch 2 at least.
I don't know. 2 still right now between batch 1 and 2. 2 is my
your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I figured that, we have batch 3 sitting there. It's staring at us. Oh, dear God. Yeah. Man,
Ooh, you could tell he had one or two before the podcast.
Yep.
No whiskey wasted. We're okay. So what I'm curious to see is a noticeable difference between 1 and 3 now and what you guys think of it. Because I think we've already kind of fallen in love with the forbidden batches.
Yes.
And we're openly like lobbying for batch 4. Like, let's go batch 4. Come on. Let's get it done. So, you want to start us off, Dan? Give us a sip and tell us what you think, because I'm curious. And I should say, we were very lucky that Jim Wiggin, one of our fellow whiskey brothers, was over here tonight, and he's been on the podcast many times, and he gave us his thoughts on this. He couldn't stick around for the podcast, so this has got me really curious now. What I'm gonna taste. Excuse me. What do you think?
It's good.
Okay,
smooth. A little oily on the palate.
Yeah.
Kind of like you. I think you like the oiliness. I'd say it's pretty comparable to the batch 2. I can get almost a sugar cookie, or like some type of like mom's homemade Christmas sugar cookie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's fair.
That's the taste I get.
The finish.
The salt and pepper isn't too heavy, but you can taste it. It's there. The finish, it has a small hug. Overall, I'm still going to go with batch 2, but I would say this would probably be more closer to batch 2 than batch 1 was to 2.
Okay. Craig, what do you think?
So, I really need to take a palate class here. To me, I don't remember the other batches without comparing them right now, though.
You had a
me,
sip
I'm
of batch 2 tonight.
Yeah, I did earlier. I was sipping on a 1792 single barrel. We were
To
store
start.
pick.
Yeah, to start.
Right,
Tonight.
to start. And I had a sip of yours, and it was so much better.
It was just phenomenal.
The 1792 was good. It was it was decent to me though. When I had a sip of yours, I was definitely jealous.
But the thing you guys pointed out too, usually my first pour of the night, I drink it a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Takes me a while to put down.
You didn't,
Didn't with the
No,
batch 2
no.
tonight. That was gone within seconds.
which will result in you staying the night again.
Midweek, which
Yeah,
is kind of crazy.
midweek, yeah.
Which has not happened yet.
No, well,
you know,
has it?
No, it has
No, it
not
has,
happened
yeah.
midweek.
you tell me, Joe. I'm trying to pick up on it. I mean, God, as I'm trying to pick out the flavor profiles here, I would say maybe I would probably. What am I looking for here? Oh shit! Well, help
A
me out
word
here.
would help.
I would
A
say
description.
a tobacco. Like a tobacco leaf or flavor to it. Though it's a smooth finish though, but I get like a tobacco. I don't really get the cinnamon flavor.
Well, I didn't say cinnamon. I said sugar.
Yeah,
Sugar.
I don't know where you
Okay.
got cinnamon from.
Yeah.
I made it up. I made it up on the spot.
But now that you said
Fair enough.
tobacco, I do get a small hint of tobacco in there.
So I think that's why I get like a tobacco leaf flavor.
So for me, the smell, the aroma of it is very similar to batch 1 in batch 2, which is good. I think it's kind of consistent. Heavier on the citrus maybe for batch 3. From batch 2, I mean batch 2 was my favorite so far between 1 and 2. The palate for me on this one, I really get a lot more spice. I get some almond taste to it, some baking spices, sugar cookie, like brown sugar, but
Yes.
like a buttery brown sugar, like somebody just dabbed a whole smack of that friggin' right there on the cookie
How'd
sheet.
that go?
You know what I'm saying? Like spit on that thing type of cookie sheet. And, the finish is great. I will tell you that between batch 1, 2, and 3, the finish on all 3 of them to me are just outstanding. And I don't know if it's just the way that I interpret taste when it comes to whiskey, but the finish is what I remember. And so if you hit me with a good... That sounds really bad. If you finish strong
Hit you with a
on
good
me,
finish.
if you finish strong, I'm going to remember, right?
Hey, were you in the Navy before the Air Force, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, Miss Marianne, that's the first time he's been hit by a good finish by a woman.
Man, let me tell you something. That I walked right into that one. I can't get out of it. Anyways, back to the whiskey. This is oh shit! I'm fucking smelling all of myself.
Yeah, you
It's
could
so
tell
good.
he had a couple pre-podcast
I did.
pours.
It's good though. I don't know, man. I don't know where to rank this. What are your initial rankings? What
I would go 2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1? Craig.
I couldn't go without doing a blind taste testing.
So you're just
I could
basically
do it.
useless as fuck in this conversation.
Which isn't different from
Yeah.
any
Do
other
you need
night.
to sneeze yet?
Fair enough. No, well, it's coming. I'm sure. give it a few moments here.
Well, you had 2 tonight. It was over ice. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Which does
I
change
mean, not a fair comparison. I had it over ice. It was the first pour. Palate's totally different right now, though. I probably like 2 a little bit more, but that was over ice versus a neat pour, so not a fair comparison in my opinion, though.
Okay, so 1 to 10, what would you rate this? What would you rate best 3? I mean, I know we're asking, you know.
I'd say 7.7.
I would give this like an 8.
So, okay, maybe I'm skewed. I gave batch 2 basically a 9.7. It was that good. It rocked my world. I would have to give batch 3 about a 9.5.
You're being very
Batch
generous.
1 was about a 9. Listen, it is what it is. You know I like higher proof bourbons.
Yeah.
That's what I like. So this checks in at a mid 90, 95, and it is doing for me what a 110 bourbon does. It checks all the boxes.
See, my thing is with all 3 batches, they're extremely enjoyable.
No, they're wonderful.
You know what I mean? They're very enjoyable, and I hate to say it, the price point is right where it should be.
Yeah.
For a bourbon of this quality.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
There's no doubt if you have this in your collection, you wish it could be an everyday pour. But I forget what the price point is. Is it what 149, 159?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere.
It was a little.
I think it was a little less than that, like 135 maybe.
But I really think it's to your palate though. When Jason gives it a 9.5, I give it an 8. I give it an 8. I give it an 8 based off my palate though too.
Right.
I'm a big Penelope Rio. I'm a little bit on the sweeter side.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when I give it an 8, it's not a knock on her whiskey. It's just my palate. I'm always gonna probably rate like I said, like a Penelope Rio, an Amberana finish,
Something that's a little bit sweeter,
something like that. It's
okay.
usually gonna rate a little bit
That-
higher for me though.
See, I don't rate a lot of bourbons, whiskeys in that 9 scale. You know what I mean? The only one this year that I could honestly say that was 9 was that Wild
Cock?
Turkey Voyage. I'd say the Wild Turkey Voyage was 9.
He always rates the cock.
He avoided that. Dan, why did you avoid that?
The chicken cock filled ethos,
You like that? Yeah.
that's my go-to,
that hit
and
for you.
I would rate that as 7.7.
You know, can we talk about chicken cock for one
No.
second right here? No, let me tell you something. I walked into Fine Wine Good Spirits today, so you're about to do a basket giveaway.
Yes,
correct?
we are. Well, not a basket giveaway. We're donating to
We are
the foundation.
we're
Bullits and
donating,
Bourbon's donating a basket to.
The Sean Rowan Foundation and the Brian Douglas Field of Dreams. So we're doing two baskets.
Right, so here I walked into Fine Wine Good Spirits this morning because Dan said
And you
I
just
need a
walked in and
bottle.
said, "Does anyone have some cock I can handle?"
No. So I walked into Fine Wine Good Spirits this morning, though, and Dan's looking for a bottle of chicken cock. And I said, all right, well, I can get that, though, but I can't remember off the top of my head if Fine Wine Good Spirits sells it. And when I asked this guy from Fine Wine Good Spirits, like, hey, you sell, you got chicken cock here? The way that he looked at me was...
He took you in the back.
This guy looked at me like... You trying to be a wise guy? He had never heard of chicken cock.
Well,
It
you know.
was... He was mind blown of like, you're being an asshole right now. Like, no, dude. Like
I'm being serious with you.
Chicken,
Yeah.
chicken cock's a real thing.
Well, that's just.
I guess it's
that
not-
tells you the.
is it not sold in Fine Wine?
No, it is. It's actually on. It's on Fine Wine and Good Spirits and PA's website.
Okay.
But remember, the employees are all state employees. Most of these people don't.
And they're not
know-
bourbon or whiskey
Yeah.
connoisseurs.
They don't
No,
know.
You know what I
they're
mean?
employees. I mean, well, not all of them are. Some of them are very.
If you had said Bland's, they would have done. They would have perked up because they'd been conditioned for the
Bland's, Eagles Rare.
Bland, Eagle Rare.
but you
Buffalo
have to
Trace
appreciate
crap.
the look when I said chicken cock.
Oh yeah.
Then
Well,
the
listen, it's
look-
one of the most wonderful names in whiskey. I mean, you just can't say it without putting a little smile.
For you, yes, the cock is one of the most.
Well, the thing is, I'm excited
Always.
because I'm almost out of my Field Ethos.
Yeah.
And like I said, I would rank the Field Ethos, which is one of my favorites right now, and it's almost gone. I would rank that as a 7.7.
So you rank this very, very, very close to that.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
would rank it 7.7 right up there with the Chicken Cock Field Ethos.
Where does the Voyage land?
the
for you?
Voyage,
Wild Turkey Voyage.
8.3.
And that was your highest to date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
That's fair. Okay,
I think I am very
What about the Bland's Gold?
8.2, 8.2 and a half, maybe.
8.2.
close.
You couldn't just say 8.2 or 8.
You know, Dan,
you gotta go.
it was very close
Dan
to the
does not
Voyage.
go 7.5, 8
No.
and a half. He goes 7.15.
He's a fucking Olympic judge. He's the
hell
reason
yeah.
why she lost her bronze medal
He's
right
like
there.
it's like a 3.64, 3.165 or whatever.
But no,
pie
like,
is,
like
What's the
thing is-
technical get?
The thing is, when you go into any liquor store, cigar store, or anything, and you see these 9 whatever ratings,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of times I'm disappointed. You know what I mean?
You're
I'm
right,
like,
yeah.
you're rating it as a 9. Yeah, it's good, but why are you ranking it this high? So that's why I try to be very, very honest with my ratings. You know what I mean? Because if you say something's 9 whatever, and your average whiskey bourbon drinker goes, it's like, it's good, but I wouldn't rank it as a 9 or an 8.
but I think we agree it's so subjective.
Yes, it's very subjective.
It very is. So for the listeners, if I rate a 9, my scale. Listen, I have about 5 or 6 9s so far this year, above 9s. the 3 batches from Marianne Eve's Forbidden, the Wild Turkey Voyage, and Liberty Pole. And listen, there's no secret. I love Liberty Pole. I think that what they do is artful. It's masterful. It is the absolute essence of craft whiskey at its finest. But not every single one of them is matches the other. I mean, that's unrealistic
yeah, but
to say.
what Marianne Eves has done,
she's been very consistent with this bottle.
Consistency,
and beautiful. And for a lower proof whiskey, for a 95-ish 0.2, I think is what it checks in as. For 3 batches, she has managed to cultivate 3 consistent plateaus of excellence. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3.
I'll agree.
Yeah.
They're excellent bourbons. But here's the thing: when I hear anything above an 8 or a 9, at that point, I'm ready to do some illegal shit to get a bottle.
Well, I'm ready to do some illegal shit to get them a bottle.
You know, the best part is when you're done drinking it, for you Dungeons and Dragons fans, you can stick it on a stick. It becomes a goddamn weapon here. Jesus.
You're a nerd.
Wow.
God almighty.
He went straight D&D.
Look at this. This
It's a lovely bottle. I love the
impressive,
bottle.
though. I mean, seriously, it becomes a
Fucking Magic the Gathering over here. Like, look, Gandalf, I appreciate your input. He's put the fucking bottle down.
He's like,
Jesus.
and it's filled with the magic light elixir.
I mean,
that'll
listen,
give you.
listen. It is. Give me the bottle.
Dude, this is
so I mean, I'm surprised you didn't hold it up here like, look, it's Gears of War. Okay, listen, it's a beautiful bottle. You know, she is.
It actually does do a Gears of War.
God damn it! I did it to myself. It's a beautiful bottle. She is excellent in understanding how to reach out to people on the marketing side. This bottle, okay, let's just subjectively, Blanton's bottle versus this bottle, which bottle is more sexy?
Oh, that bottle hands down.
Yeah. Why?
It's different with those grooves and the
It's a weapon,
metal.
bro. You could kill somebody with this thing.
Didn't Craig just say that and you gave him
Yeah,
shit?
but he said it like bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it like, you know.
like I said, like the Forbidden is definitely in my top 5 for 2024.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hands down. So I would rank this. Getting back, so we finish off 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2 and 3 are by me a little bit.
I still think 2.
And just because 3 has such a grain forward. So that was what Jim mentioned too. Was there's a huge grain forward on this, and he is right.
So I want to record this right now. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. How would you rate it, Dan?
That's exactly what I said. 2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
So I think future podcast is going to be a blind taste testing because I want to see where you guys stand.
I like that.
If
I like
you
that.
stand behind a 2, 3, 1 when it's a blind.
Okay, so 2, 3, 1. That's where we stand.
Because I really do not know how you guys. Well, you tried the batch. You finished off the batch.
I finished off batch 2.
We tried it.
You know what would be great was if we could get Marianne East back on and have her subject us to this and talk about because we're going to get it wrong.
And you know what would be great is if Marianne Eves, if she blinded her own batches.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
This would be very interesting if we could blind with her.
I'm curious. So while we're on the subject, she is up for Master Distiller of the Year, which should be no surprise. She's brilliant.
She's in the semifinals right now.
So huge congratulations, Marianne. I mean, we're rooting for you. It's amazing what you've done and what you're going to do. Batch 4, let's go. Batch 5, fuck it. Batch 6.
Because I wasn't here for the podcast. What do they release? One batch a year, or
I have no idea.
I have no clue off the top of that.
I don't even want to know. I just want to believe that every so often there's going to be another batch come out because my heart and my soul needs more of this.
And how do you get this? Is this is not a fine wine, good spirits?
No.
So how would you,
if you
wanted to, how would you acquire this?
So I'm going to read it off. It's really simple. You go to shop.drinkforbidden.com, or for those of us like me who
just
are
go
stupid,
to Google and
Google forbiddenbourbon.com. It's going to pop up. So all the batches are the same price. They all run about $145. The shipping, from what I've seen, looks to be well. Listen, if I can get it here in Pennsylvania, you can probably get it in your better state. So. To me, at $145, I will buy this consistently, and this will be on the shelf consistently. The matter of fact, I'm starting to think out loud. But fuck, if it's that good, we better order another batch 1 and batch 2 because you know it's going to go quick.
I ordered 2 batch 2s.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
You kept it a secret,
hallelujah!
Daniel.
Look at you.
Well, I've been ordering a lot.
Yeah.
I've been going a little crazy online shopping.
Yeah, no shit. So it's a wonderful, wonderful whiskey. The bourbon is just outstanding. And, it's an opportunity too. It's a great talking point. I mean, the bottle's amazing. Can't say enough good things about it. I think we all agree. Now we need to do a blind. We're going to blind off the 3, 2, 1.
Wait, did
absolutely agree. Wait, was
2,
it
3, 1.
2, 3, 1?
2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
Yes, 2, 3, 1, and I think to have her here would be absolutely amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can dream. Maybe when we go down to Louisville, we can have her guide us in our whiskey journey a little bit, because she's certainly she knows what she's doing. She's doing magic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly recommend it, guys. Check them out. And do your history a little bit. Do a little history search. She's got a special place in the whiskey world. It should be an inspiration for everybody, and especially for young ladies out there who want to get into this world.
I don't even think ladies, just anybody.
But yeah, I agree. Anybody, but especially our young women that really want to get into this
master
industry.
distillers. There's not
many of them.
Right.
No, it's not like there's 7,000 of them sitting around. I mean, you got to work very hard. You got to be very good, and you've got to be respected. And she's managed to do all that at a significantly young age. Or at least she looks young. So hats off to her. And we were very fortunate to be able to meet with her and have her on a previous podcast, and she was just a friggin' amazing human being to talk to. She was just humble as could be, just everything you want to be in somebody that you want to talk to. And then her whiskey we get to taste her whiskey, and we're like, fuck, yeah, duh.
Yeah, like I said, it's in my top 5 for 2024.
Yeah, so really amazing, guys. Check it out. Batch 1, 2, and 3. This is batch 2. It's empty. This is batch 3. We just tried tonight. Batch 1 we tried a couple weeks ago. Check them out. They're delish. And yeah, for Craig, they make cool noises. So,
well, I have to piggyback on what Craig said about chicken cock at the Fine Wine and Spirits in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Great news. I was disappointed the Field Ethos was no more on the chicken cock website.
Whoa. What, you said batch 2? What?
No. I'm talking about the Field Ethos, the bottle we got back there.
On the Fine Wine and Good Spirits, it was gone.
No, it's on the chicken cock website.
Okay.
The Field Ethos we got back there is gone. It's been gone for a while. I was trying to reorder. However, today they just released
batch 3.
They just released a batch of the Field Ethos. $69 on the chicken cock website.
69.
Great price on it.
So
great
you
price.
ordered how many bottles?
Don't worry about that. More than I should have.
Well, we know you love your cock at 69. So, no, listen, listen, every episode, the chicken cock will come up because, if someday, listen, we're going to pitch this again. If chicken cock, for the love of, please, just do something and we'll put a tattoo on this dude's neck, face, or chest.
Here's the thing. A lot of people push a product.
Goddamn COVID, Carl.
A lot of people will push a product because you're getting paid to push a product.
We're not getting paid.
We're not getting paid.
We don't get paid.
It's one of those products.
We're broke as shit.
I really enjoy. Everybody has that one bottle that they
go
enjoy.
Ahead, Steve.
I think
I told you to switch places before the podcast started.
I think
one
next
big
episode,
germ.
Moving forward, I will give away a bottle on an episode. If I sneeze, I will start giving away a bottle. We have to come up with something.
Oh, that's a lot of bottles you're going to be giving away, man.
You need to be very careful about that. Listen, I understand we want to get our subscribers up, but that could get expensive for you. You're going to be out in the corner fucking, to make your ends meet. I'm just letting you know.
That could be the thing right there. When I sneeze,
why don't you just
there's an episode,
get healthy?
Oh, God.
Why don't we shut this vent off that's right below us?
Bro, it's shut. You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with this topic.
So we got to get to our... Moving
forward off of the cock and the COVID. So this is something that, listen, I know, we tout Liberty Pole. It's very near and dear to our hearts. I love Liberty Pole. They walked me into rye. I fell in love with rye because of Liberty Pole. They are local to us in PA. So I understand that I do have a bias. I will tell you, though, with not everything that they make or anybody makes do I like. So corn whiskey is something that
I never talk about.
I never talk about it. I shy away from it. Mellow corn makes corn whiskey. To be honest with you, my palate, my experience with corn whiskey is very, very limited. Now, I will tell you that years ago, I bought a corn whiskey from Liberty Pole, and I tried it, and it was just kind of like meh. It was okay. It more to do with me than corn whiskey, because I just don't enjoy it. It's just not my thing. But they did a very, very special single barrel edition that came out last Saturday, and we went down there and we posted the pics up. And I was tentative. If you remember, I said, "Well, I don't know if I'm really going to buy this bottle." But
once they said there's only 60 bottles,
only
you're like,
60.
So
So this thing sat in the barrel for a long, long time.
oh, since COVID, right?
4+ years. So, the difference is you're not using a new white oak barrel. They're using a reused barrel. So I don't know if I get the color in here, but if you look at the color of this corn whiskey and you see how dark this is, a lot of what I look at is the color of a whiskey. Now, I would say that's a pretty dark bourbon or rye.
I'd say it's average. I wouldn't say it's too dark.
But when
it's a nice amber.
It's a nice amber.
Very, very nice
but
amber.
you don't usually get that dark texture, that dark color on a corn whiskey because you're putting it in an already used barrel.
See, that I could agree with. As far as a whiskey goes, it's not that dark. A corn, whole different ballgame.
Okay, so let me rephrase. As far as corn goes, that's dark.
Okay, yeah.
That looks like maple syrup. I should have phrased that better. So,
I wouldn't say it looks like maple syrup. I don't know what kind of cheap maple syrup you're drinking.
Bro, I like my Aunt Jemima. You don't like it? You like that?
Yeah.
You like that regular? You like that real stuff, don't you?
I like the stuff from Canada.
Well, I like that manufactured chemical warfare.
You know, Dan likes some Aldi's.
Yeah.
Dan, you shop at Aldi's?
Yeah.
My bitch has Costco written all over
the
it.
economy is killing me right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, but I can afford $700 of whiskey every
Oh
week.
wait, so both of you shop at Aldi's. You got? I mean, seriously, on a serious note,
Yeah.
You guys both
Aldi's
Aldi's
nuts.
brands? Yeah,
Not the Aldi brand. but
I
yeah.
gotcha.
yeah. You buy Aldi's nuts.
Golly, man, we're about 10 years old. All right, so in any event, so this is Liberty Pole's Beekeeper.
No, it's not the Beekeeper. That's a completely different release.
I got it mixed up.
Jason, give me the bottle and I'll do this for you.
Go ahead. Well, the passing,
Okay.
the passing of the
I've had a
torch.
couple. There's so many releases.
There's so many releases,
queen,
and Jason
yeah.
loves every one of them.
I do.
And I'm very unbiased with the Liberty Pole. So I don't have glasses on, and it's pretty dark down here, but this is coming in at 119 proof corn whiskey. And the one thing I enjoyed about it, and I was very shocked that I liked it, it is very sweet.
Yeah.
But it's not overpoweringly sweet.
Overpowering?
It's enjoyable. It is very, very enjoyable. We had a pour pre-podcast.
Okay. I got to mix up. This is the Colonel and the Queen. This is the single barrel release, the Colonel and the Queen. 60 bottles, 119.2 proof. What I want to know what you think. We had this, but we had it midday after a long night of drinking, and that always kind of screws with us.
You know, I want to say this. I'm so afraid to say this because this is going to be bad. Oh God! It's an explosion in your mouth of flavor. Here we go. Here we go.
No, I won't.
I mean,
spoken like
I'm
a
not
true
gonna,
army.
I'm not going to bust your balls on that.
It is
No, because they've already been busted in his mouth.
Yeah. But no, I agree because I was very pessimistic about a corn whiskey from Liberty Pole, and when we had
corn whiskey in general.
corn whiskey in general.
Yeah,
but
it's
when
just-
we went for the limited release, it was after a long night of drinking, so my palate really wasn't there. But when I revisited it tonight before the podcast, I was impressed.
You killed it too.
I crushed it. It wasn't too sweet. It hit that sweet note just where it should be. It was enjoyable. And I wish that this was something that was on the shelves everywhere because it is that enjoyable.
Well, let me interrupt you, Jay. I mean, for me, my palate sucks. I've always been close in proof. First time we went down there, I tried it. I said, what, low 90s? He looked at me like I'm a dumbass. 119 proof. Tried it a second time. I think later that day or the next day, we had a pour. And I was like, okay, I could taste a little bit of heat. Now I get it. Trying it again right now. I mean, I've had a few pours. Now, I still don't get the 119 proof. Two or three times, I don't get the 119 proof at all.
No. I had it over the rocks earlier. It didn't feel like a 119.
I get the 119 on the finish.
I don't.
I don't.
And that to me again, that's the most important
Wait,
part.
are you getting some heat on the hug, or I don't get it. Though.
I don't get that heat for a 119. It's just very enjoyable.
Well, it packs a lot on the palate. For a corn whiskey, if I compare it to a mellow corn or any other corn whiskey I've ever had, they just kind of die on the palate. They're there, but they're just.
This one lingers on your palate.
This lingers, yeah.
I'll say
the finish is bold.
It's a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
The linger doesn't change at all.
It's about a good 20-second linger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of flavor in your mouth on the palate. There's not the finish is the same for me. It's not a lot of heat though either. It doesn't drink like a 119.
So that's where I disagree. I get that because of the proof. I get that finish that I love. I get that long finish.
But it's not a big hug.
It's not a big hug, but it's a good finish. It finishes very nicely.
So where he should leave it to the real men to drink it.
No.
Yeah. We've got some 80 proof back there for you.
Tell you something. So in any event, my hats off once again to Liberty Pole. I mean, it seems like we talk constantly about what they're doing. I'm impressed because I don't know where they fished this barrel out of. This was a post-COVID barrel. This was one of the barrels that, probably been sitting around since, the hand sanitizer, as all distilleries kind of shifted in that direction. And, they managed to grab this joker out and find it. And what's pretty cool, there only 60 bottles came out of that barrel. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that tells you how long it had been,
sitting in that
kind of
barrel.
been sitting over there. And, what's funny is when we were down there and we walked around with Kevin and Rob are the two sons of Jim and Ellen, and just wonderful people. All the Huffs are just amazing, but Kevin and Rob, they're fun together. We're walking through the Rick, and we were debating barrels that we had tasted in the past. And we remember the barrel names. Right, 545, 515,
525 is the one I want.
Yeah, and what
But
happens
Kevin,
as soon as we started to argue, Kevin rips out his little black
book.
Boom, and you heard him fluttering through the page.
Oh, he was like, "Oh yeah, we had that conversation
Yeah, we had
June
that-
28th."
yeah.
He's like, hold on, 2022
Yeah,
June. Oh yeah,
yeah.
it was 525.
It's just so cool when you have people you care about in this industry and they're doing this, to see their level of passion for what they're doing, because it's reflected in everything that we taste, in everything we get from Liberty Pole. I think and that may lend to some of our bias toward Liberty Pole, because we understand the passion that comes from the beautiful people that work at Liberty Pole.
I think that's the bias right there.
Yeah.
The bias is the people, though.
Yeah, but this doesn't disappoint. It all comes when it all goes back to it. If the whiskey fucking sucks, it sucks.
Well, I 100% agree, but
it never sucks. That's the amazing thing. It's like, how do they do that?
But dude, going back to Kevin, he didn't pull up his phone on Excel, Google
No,
Docs.
my man had a black
He went
book.
back old school.
Well, he had it in his back
writing.
pocket,
Yeah.
ready to go.
It was just like, Jesus.
And Rob's face was priceless. It was like,
But Rob knew. Rob's like,
Oh, yeah.
Rob knew it was
Kevin.
coming.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
there you go.
But that, I think that says a lot. We talked about this a little bit last week about craft distilleries, right? What is craft? And Jim dropped some knowledge on us tonight. Jim Wigan, dropped us some knowledge on what defines a craft whiskey.
Jim, we didn't confirm whether or not you were lying to us or
Yeah.
not. But
I'm gonna take it on
Jim-
face value.
What Jim told you,
but
what Jim
basically,
told us.
So how we define craft and how it's defined are two different kind of, I think, schools
Grain
of
of
thought.
glass.
He
Yeah.
said craft has a definition
Right, and that is how much volume you are putting out.
per gallon.
Per
or,
gallon.
Yeah.
Here's what it boils down to. If you're making X amount of whiskey a year, you surpass probably that craft definition. That's
But
that's
the bottom
layman's
line, it
term.
wasn't grain to glass.
Wasn't
It
grain to
wasn't. You could use MGP,
Right.
and by definition, you could be a craft.
we were getting at the point that when we talk about craft, we're talking about the heart of the whiskey process from the distillate to the glass. If you are a distiller, if you own a distillery and you employ a master distiller, are you distilling that from the time that they dump the grains on your factory floor and put it up in your holders, and all the way to the time you bottle it and you put it in a rick house? Now, I don't care if you take your distillate after you've done it and you store it in a U-Haul trailer in the middle of Arizona. I give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me. But did you pour your heart, soul, and effort into creating that? If you haven't done that, then I have a hard time calling you a true craft distiller. And this no knock, because you can go to Indiana and go to the MGP warehouses and you can find bottles that are just wonderful. They're amazing, but they're not craft, correct? I mean, do you disagree with that or what? I mean,
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's a short answer.
No, I'm sorry. I'm distracted.
Switzerland here, yeah, his Corky's back.
He's looking back at the whiskey. And he's like,
saw a squirrel.
He's already relegated to the fact that he's going to pass out in the spare bedroom and sleep here tonight. So he doesn't give a shit anymore. He's like,
well, we next week, September, the week after September 13th and 14th, we have a real special podcast coming up though, and
we're going to get to go to another craft distillery.
Yeah, we are really going to talk about craft distilleries, and when they talk about even sourcing from their own land, their own grain, their own...
Kill it.
What are you
You're looking at it.
Well, no, I'm looking at here, and I'm thinking to myself, we need to rearrange this.
Why?
We need stuff so when...
You're empty?
I'm empty. I can just reach back and
grab the Jack Daniel's the Craft Daniel's single malt. That's a travel bottle. I've got more. I've got two or three more. It's
a
very good bottle.
Sherry cask.
I'm
not a big Jack fan.
Yeah, but you'll like that. Anyways, yes, I agree with you. So to close out the Liberty Pole portion of it, I was surprised for a corn whiskey.
Oh, I was too, 100%.
And I mean, the proof is this bottle is what, 6 days old? No.
No, we picked it up Saturday. We're now on Tuesday.
Sunday, Monday. Jesus Christ. We put a dent in this. So, again, hats off to Liberty Pole. We talk about what we would rate this. Where would you give it a number score?
I'm not going to justify that.
No,
because I'm very hard on everything I drink.
Yeah.
And it won't be right to the Liberty Pole where I would rate this on my scale. It is very good. Very good, but...
For a corn whiskey.
It's very good for a whiskey,
okay.
Period, dot, end conversation. It's very good. It is very, very good.
Okay. This is the best corn whiskey I've ever had. I will say that. Now, I will also say that I am not a huge corn whiskey fan, but this has changed my mind. I think a lot of it because of the proof and just the overall body of it. And I get it. It's probably not economical to do this with a whiskey and only come out of a barrel with 60 bottles.
This is something...
Yeah.
I wish they had more bottles.
Yes,
because I would have definitely bought...
Two or three. Yeah.
And like before, I kind of knocked the red cola one that I really didn't care for.
Oh, and that's my jam, dude.
And that's your jam.
That's my jam. I love that.
That's your jam.
Yeah.
And I'm brutally honest. It's a good everyday sipper. This is something I would love to try, maybe smoked in an old fashioned Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh, but dude, this is what.
But even straight. Like how
$60 bottle, 119 proof. For those that chase a higher proof,
they got to understand the price for proof. Yeah,
price per proof. But
and you're not giving up. You're not giving up quality for the proof for the price though,
or craftsmanship.
Price to proof.
That's a bottle.
And taste. It's
that's a banger.
It's an amazing taste to price to proof.
But here's the thing with Liberty Pole, and Jason is very biased. I'm non-biased. I'm brutal. And I'm honest. And the thing is, besides the cola, because I don't care for cola.
You don't like.
I don't like the cherry cola.
Yeah. You're not a big. Yeah,
I'm not a big cherry cola guy. But honestly, I've not been disappointed with any one of their limited releases. They're single barrel limited releases. I have not been disappointed with a single one of them. And it's sad because if you're not here in the Washington area, Pittsburgh area, you don't have the opportunity to experience these limited barrels.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing because everybody knows, what they have on the shelf. They're everyday pour. It's good.
Well,
it's good, but they're single barrels. I mean, they're unbelievable. Every single one of their releases.
We were down there Sunday, and people were driving from an hour and a half away, though.
Oh, yeah. You're getting people from West Virginia coming up. You're getting people from Ohio that come over. I mean,
I love Liberty Pole. I love the Huffs. Is there better bottles, in my opinion, of this? Yes.
Then the corn whiskey? Yeah.
But I mean,
this would be
but when you're talking a $65 bottle, though.
For $65?
If I call this an 8, and then there's a $150 bottle that's an 8.5. Well, a lot of times,
the thing is,
go with the 8.
It's like car. It's not in the same category though. It's
the thing is, if this was something on the shelves, this would be an everyday pour.
Yes.
This is so enjoyable. It's sweet, but it's not overpowering where you're going to have the heartburn or acid reflux.
Powering.
Look, I've been drinking. We're not going to start this shit with your fucking shit palate, all right?
How about your shit grammar? How about we start with your shit grammar?
Oh, okay, you want to go to the spelling bee, you army retard?
These two idiots.
But honestly, this would be an everyday pour. Like this would be something that I would make sure at every point there would be a bottle that's open and a backup bottle behind it.
So here's the thing that I think with this bottle that's kind of unique. If I was new to whiskey, or if I was introducing somebody that's new to whiskey, not bourbon, not rye, just whiskey in general, I would be very tempted to pour this for them first because of the level of sweetness to it.
Yes. And
I think that this corn whiskey, and maybe we need to start looking at corn whiskeys and being a little bit more,
open-minded,
questioning me. Yeah. That I think if you draw people in with something that is as bold but has such character as this, you can really attract people into the whiskey world. Listen, it's hard. If I give somebody a Coy Hill for their first whiskey, what are they going to do?
And Coy Hill? Jack Daniels Coy Hill.
They're probably going to be like, fuck, right?
You know what? My wife. I'd love to give her this on date night.
I'm sure you'd love to give her a lot of things on date night.
By the way, if you listen to the last podcast, I am still married.
I'm surprised you're allowed back.
Yeah.
If you don't get the joke, you should listen to podcast
episode
40. Yes, but this I would give to her.
You think she would like that?
No. But it's 119 proof, so I would give it to her.
So you'd like it. Right?
I think a lot of people, like brand new people into whiskey, I think if you gave them that corn whiskey, they'd be like, well, okay, maybe
as far as 119 proofs go, this is one, like I said, it's one of the smoother ones I've had, though. I would never guess it drinks 2 or 3 times. I never would have guessed.
But I mean, it just, to me, it goes back to the foundation of doing great whiskey the right way. And for them to fish a barrel out, you get 60 bottles out of the barrel. That's not. I got news for you. You're not making a lot of money off that barrel if you're them. You're not.
No,
you're not. Not for the effort, not for the time, not for the distillate that went in there. So you put out an amazing product, and we get to talk about it. And it's turned the corner for me with corn whiskey. Listen, there is nothing more in the world that I love more rye wise than Liberty Pole. I will literally die on a hill because I love their rye. And now I have to go, well, damn, maybe I like corn whiskey. And I'm not a big corn whiskey guy. That's how good this bottle was. So, we circle back to craft, and we talk about this over and over again, craft. But, it's all on display in bottles like these when you put the effort in. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. I mean, right or wrong. Liberty Pole, thankfully, now is, you can get it in most states.
Yeah, you can order online.
I think it's you can order online. Just search. I'm going to dumb it down. Search Liberty Pole Spirits. Go to the website. The Monongahela Rye is amazing. It is freaking amazing. It is also our latest bottle giveaway that we're going to be doing at the end of the month. So if you want to be eligible for that bottle giveaway, you go to our Patreon site. If you are a paid subscriber to Patreon, you get 6 entries. If you just don't want to do that because $4 is too much a month, we get it. Listen, I understand.
Jump on Facebook. Like, follow the post, and tag 2 people.
And you get an entry. And I think the guy that won it last month, our last bottle, he wasn't a Patreon subscriber. He was just...
He actually, after he won the bottle, I think he joined Patreon.
My man. That's
I'll
what
tell
I'm
you
talking
what,
about.
if I sneeze on the next episode...
I'm going to hit you with my water bottle. If
I'll
you sneeze.
throw in a bottle. I'll throw in a tater bottom.
A tater bottle.
Bland's.
We're going to leave a bottle of Blanton's.
I
Bottle of
will
Blanton's.
throw in on top of whatever you two pick. I will throw in a bottle of Bland's if I sneeze on
This
the next
motherfucker
episode.
Here. All right. Okay.
Next episode's Friday, so
Yeah.
If I sneeze on an episode,
So
you know Jason's
I
going
will
to crank
throw
up
in
this
one on
AC
me.
a
Oh,
little bit more.
I'm gonna have hay and all kinds of all spice down here, fucking incense burning and shit. It's gonna be like a voodoo.
if I
bomb.
sneeze, the next giveaway will be 2 bottles in.
After that,
Well, no. It'll be a bottle of Blanton's and whatever we're giving away.
Right. He's really confused right now.
I'm not confused. I'm just, this is a losable bet for you. This isn't even a contest, dude. You're like a walking germ pod. You're not.
We're both looking at him right now.
Yeah.
You have sneezed consecutively in 6
Probably at least
episodes.
3. But I
6
believe in
episodes.
myself. It's not.
You believe in yourself.
I wonder what FanDuel would put the odds on
my
that.
God,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? FanDuel.
How about we place a bet? You
All right.
give me $50 if I don't sneeze on the next episode.
No.
All right. No.
No.
It's a guaranteed
No.
bet for you.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not a dumb dumb.
You believe I'm going to
Because you'll
sneeze?
plug
though.
your nose. You do something weird like stick your thumb in your asshole the entire freaking podcast. I'm not an idiot. I know how to get past
Just
it.
keep them underneath this vent.
Put them on that vent.
This vent
sure,
is
God.
just.
So there you
It's
go.
really not
Watch
that
for me to
bad.
watch for me to sneeze on the next episode.
All right. So here you go. So guys, yeah, Liberty Pole Corn Whiskey, but check out their website. They've got a bunch of just absolute amazing whiskey, and we really like to get that out to you guys and start, just listen, expand your palate because there's just so much out there. So, we hope you get, just broaden your palate a little bit more.
Absolutely.
So, kind of like, cover the field. Cover the field. Check them all out. Speaking of covering the field. So I know we've run long.
So
in this
yeah, I
episode.
did order 2 bottles of the Field Ethos.
Field
talking
Ethos.
about covering the field.
Yeah.
didn't even know you did that though. What did you do that? When did you do that?
Today.
Yeah.
They just announced it today on their social media, and I was like, bye.
Yeah. Well, you know who else? So we got to bring up a topic that speaking of covering the field, Deion Sanders.
Yeah, he covered the field.
Cover the field. Greatest, want to say one of the greatest NFL cornerbacks of all time.
I say 2-time player, man.
Yeah.
I mean, playing
But-
for the Braves,
yeah.
playing for the Cowboys.
Baseball, football.
Yeah.
Prime time.
Primetime. So Primetime made the news. And I can't believe you didn't really read up on this. You saw it, right?
I saw it after you sent it to me.
Yeah.
And like when he first went to Colorado, I was really following him and really hoping for him to do big things.
And then he kind of started up and then
yeah,
took
he
a shit.
started up good, and then it just.
I don't follow a lot of sports like you all, but
I know you like
who above? Well, I follow a lot of college football. Who above Deion Sanders would you put above him for baseball, football?
Bo Jackson.
Oh, there you go.
I
was
couldn't even do
curious.
that. Listen,
Bo Jackson.
Jackson,
hands down.
I could with
That's
Bo
who popped in my
Jackson
mind,
if Bo
Bo
Jackson
Jackson.
had been able to play.
If Bo Jackson
Casey
would
Rawls,
have never got injured,
He would have
Yeah.
been the greatest all time.
hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch those old time highlights of him on the football field, baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
Dude, we could go all day long and talk about football and talk about Barry Sanders though too.
No.
Singular and football though.
But
not multi-sport. but
you don't
can't
want-
compare it to
I-
what Deion and Bo Jackson did.
no, but I'm just
and-
talking football. I'm
Fo-
talking about somebody getting injured. Talking about Barry Sanders though. I mean, playing for the Detroit
Barry-
Lions though, dude, playing for a shitty team.
Yeah.
And look what Barry accomplished though.
But the thing is with Deion, in Pittsburgh, you can't wear anything but a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. But one of the jerseys you could get away with
Is
besides
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders and Barry Sanders,
Yeah.
were the 2 jerseys you could get away with.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had a Deion Sanders jersey.
Did you really? You
I
had
had one.
Falcons?
I
Or
had
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Oh, you're a bitch.
I had one when he played for the Cowboys, and I had one the year the Cowboys beat the Steelers, and I took a lot of
Right.
heat for it.
Yeah, that stuff. So Deion made the news this week because he essentially told a reporter in the media press pool to fuck off. Not like that. Not like I would say, like fuck off. But basically, I'm not going to answer any of your questions anymore. We're not going to answer any of your questions anymore because every time we answer a question, you write shit about us.
Yeah, they twist it around and you turn it
shit
to be
on
like
us,
shit.
right? And the whole media world of their infinite wisdom got in an uproar, and of course, you get Paul Feinbaum, who is the human Q-tip, jumps on, ESPN and calls him Gestapo and all kinds of other. This is a
Well, you were called a Gestapo on Saturday, anyways. For
I'm not too worried about it.
episode.
How do you feel about that though? When when he says, "I'm not going to answer your questions," though, and they call him Gestapo,
Listen,
freedom of press. Go screw
freedom
yourself.
of press and freedom of speech are a wonderful thing.
Freedom of choice, though, too. If
Just because you ask me a question doesn't obligate me giving you a goddamn thing. Deal with it. And so Paul Feinbaum gets on there and wants to trash him. Well, Paul Feinbaum, here's the idea for you, dude. Shut the fuck up. You never played a lick of sports. I am so tired of the media in this country. The media in this country 30 years ago was respected. I could turn on any news channel. I was going to get some objectivity when I listened and when I watched. But sportscasters, I don't know why they irritate me so much. I don't know if it's because the majority of sports writers are
Never
fucking
played
dudes
an
that
ounce of
never
sports in their lives.
Yes, these motherfuckers never picked up a bat, a ball, a glove. They just sit with their. Just shut the fuck up.
So I got to throw it back to you.
Okay, throw it back.
Do you think 30, 40 years ago, the internet has changed that scope
Well, yeah.
so much?
100%.
Because 30, 40 years ago, you couldn't see the different point of views from everybody else. You didn't see all the highlights.
Yeah.
You were told what you were told. If you didn't get to listen to the game, if you didn't get to view the game,
It was what it was.
it was whatever the sports journalist or media was telling you, and you had to take it at face value.
I think everything has changed that though. You take remember back in the day when your friends had Encyclopedia Britannica? They were rich.
Yeah.
They had a $2,000 or $3,000 spread. Now, when Google came about though, we never talk about politics and not talking about politics, but the news sells a narrative. Whether you're talking about Trump,
Every single one of
Biden,
them.
they sell their narrative. And I think the news used to talk about facts.
Yes, and they've stepped away from it.
Trump or Biden, doesn't matter, left or right, not taking a stance, but
it's not just Trump or Biden. It's not just politics. It's
any person up there,
yes.
they take a snippet. They basically snip it and say, "Oh, this person."
And in this
said
instance, what Dion has essentially done is said, "I'm not going to let you trash our people and trash our team, so you can sell fucking you can sell copies of your bullshit article." And I personally, listen, if you want access to X and you behave like a dickball, I'm not going to give you access.
Well,
That's me. I don't have to answer your questions. I can just tell you to get bent, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing, Jay. I'm going to throw it to you because we just had a conversation over the weekend. I finally got you to watch Ted Lasso.
Yes.
And this goes to the episode.
Beautiful. Ted Lasso. Yes.
Goes to the episode where the sports pundits, we talk about, X, Y, Z before the game, and then at halftime they don't do X, Y, or Z, and then we're fucking
Well, what
back.
do we fucking know?
Exactly.
So I used this kind of scenario with Kirk Herbstreit and Desmond Howard on game day, on college Saturday game days, right? And Lee Corso never played, or not Lee Corso. What's the other guy's name? Lee Corso's the coach.
Kirk Herbstreit.
Who's the guy that interviews them all? See, that's how irrelevant you are to me. I'm sorry, dude. But you didn't play, so whatever. But Kirk Herbstreit was a quarterback. Desmond Howard was a Hall of Fame cornerback, and Lee Corso was a coach. Okay, they are tied into the game. To me, you have intimate knowledge of what the fuck goes on. I don't go out and tell a Navy master diver how to do a salvage dive. I'm not sitting there in the booth like, well, Bill looks like he should grab his long umbilical cord and pump that oxygen, right? I don't do that shit, right? That's fucking stupid.
Long umbilical cord?
I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. But see,
grab your long umbilical cord.
But you've got Paul Feinbaum on there. The dude's...
he's going down a tangent right now, but we are getting into college. I'm going to cut you off because you're going down a rabbit hole.
I'm just telling you.
But we are getting into college football season, and I think
we're coming up.
Future podcast, we're definitely going to talk about who we're picking for number one this year.
We're going to talk about
San Jose City.
San Jose.
Who?
All right.
I'm just making up bullshit to piss you guys off.
Over here.
He doesn't know anything about it.
All I'm saying is that we listen to people, honestly, across the media spectrum that have no fucking idea what they're talking about. I love
Well, that's like people who tune in. That's like people who tune into this. Like, these guys have no clue what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I said we have no idea. We have no idea.
So let me put it like this. Like, I love listening to these people that are like, they want to talk like the Middle Eastern conflict and all this, how it happens and the minutia of it, but they've never stepped foot in the Middle East. That one fucking gets me, right? Because we've lived over there. Mm-hmm. The majority of our lives, our adult lives, were spent in an area where we breathed it, we smelled it, we ate it, we saw it every single day. And I got to listen to some...
a different time for that Middle East and what happens over there.
I'm just saying, I got to listen to some graduate of Dickhead University talk to me about how it's... Shut the fuck up, bro. Put your skin in the game. Put your skin in the game.
I mean...
And that's the media, though. That's the media.
Here's the thing. If you got people backing you, there's a sports pundit here in Pittsburgh who is nationally known.
Oh, yeah.
Never played a damn down... inning or anything in his life.
How many times has he been wrong?
Oh, more often
than he's been right.
Yeah.
So he's worse than a fucking retarded weatherman.
He is a weatherman, basically. Yeah. And the thing is, if you got the right backing, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And people are going to listen, but it's all about who's going to back you and put you up in that forefront.
So I'm just asking for a little bit of critical thinking. Right. I mean, listen, we're nobodies. We're just a podcast in the sea of podcasts, right? But a little critical thinking. If somebody has never done something and you're so quick to subscribe to believing in them, take a step back, unfuck yourself, and think about it. Look, if you took me and put me on a sailboat and said, I'm going to trust in him to sail the boat, I'm going to fucking get you killed. I don't know what I'm doing. Right? Stick to what you're good at. I'm good at this.
No, I would love to see a lot more of our podcast on the comments. So chime in if you disagree.
Yeah,
please.
But hit us.
You know what? It's always great to see the disagreements, though, and to have a good.
I mean, another prime example: Stephen A. Smith. The only reason I like Stephen A. Smith, he's a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan. So that's the only reason I like Stephen A.
That's another dude that I'm so tired of him running his mouth.
But he goes off on these tangents, and half the time he's wrong.
What are we drinking?
Yeah, that's mine, dude. What the hell's wrong with you?
You got two glasses.
You got two glasses over here, you greedy fuck.
Well, it's empty, and it's
that is not empty.
No, it's not quite empty.
In any event, yeah. So, yeah, definitely, guys. Let us know what you think. We're curious on the whole media kind of censorship that Dion did, but in general, where do you stand? Are you?
I mean, I think that's like anything. If you got somebody who's just going to bash you, twist your narrative, if you're a politician, if you're a high school coach, college coach, pro coach, why am I going to talk to you and waste my time? Because whatever I say, you're going to twist it and only take snippets to make me look like an asshole.
Why bother?
Yeah. Why am I going to put myself out there?
But seriously, I mean, chime in more too to our podcast, our Patreon,
hit us up with comments. Feel free to be us over the head.
We'd love to interact with everybody though, and we'd like to see a lot more of your comments.
Yeah, and we will say that we look forward to announcing the new winner of the latest bottle. That was a bottle of Liberty Pole Monongahela Rye signed.
And sadly, I'm very, very shocked that we don't have more people on Facebook.
Well, then somebody's going to get lucky.
Patreon. Somebody's going to get lucky.
I mean,
it takes 2 seconds, but
how many is there right now?
I don't know. I didn't check.
It's up to I think like 300. So I mean, the odds are pretty good.
300. You wish.
Was it more than that?
It's less than that.
When he said you wish, that means less, you dumbass.
Oh, I was good.
I'd be in shock.
What Dan's saying is that your odds are very good right now. If you subscribe to Patreon, you have a much better.
Well, yeah, because between Patreon and Facebook, you can take 7 out of whatever. So yeah, the odds are good. But
you are like the opposite of Rain Man. You are very mathematically challenged.
I will tell you that as we grow this giveaway, we do have tater bottles in the future. Couple of Buffalo Trace bottles.
You got one of the tater bottles sitting over there.
Do I? Where?
Right next to my chicken cock.
Oh, do I? So, yeah. So, I mean, it's Eagle Rare. It is what it is. But this will be a future raffle. Get in while you can.
Get in where you fit in.
Get in where you fit in.
If you didn't notice, this is an Eagle Rare store pick.
Are we doing this one?
No, that's going for the Sean Rowan
Oh,
Foundation.
I'm going to drink this bitch then. No, but we have
That's a Sean Rowan Foundation bottle.
We have a Blanton's, we have a Weller's, we have an Eagle Rare that we will be giving away along with some swag. Who doesn't like swag? Shirt, hat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure come fall time we'll be throwing a hoodie in there.
Shit. You buying it?
I'm buying.
All right.
Based off the sneeze, it could be an extra bottle of
Bland. Yeah, I mean, if COVID Carl next to me, hacks one up during a show again, then there you go. So check us out, Bullits and Bourbon, spell out the AND in the bourbon.com. That's our merch site. We do have a lot of cool new merch up thanks to Dan and everybody kind of, getting our designing little weird on.
Yeah,
and
we got some more designs coming up that I'm pretty excited
You got to
about.
check out one shirt, Boats, Hose, and Bourbon. I'm just saying it's a cool shirt.
I mean, I got a shirt on today.
Yeah, what do you got? You got the Alexander Hamilton upside down.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
What's the significance of the Alexander Hamilton
this one
upside
says
down, Dan?
Whiskey Rebel will never bow before the...
He's trying to read it up.
Jesus, this guy doesn't even know what he's doing.
Wow.
I can't
So
even
anyway,
read
maybe
it.
we'll
What
bring
an
that up the
epic
next
fail.
podcast.
You want to read it
Jesus.
for him?
Yeah, read it for me because I can't read it.
Whiskey Rebel will never bow before the chains of conformity.
The Harmony reading too. So,
Well, the shirt
so-
was kind of in and out.
yeah. So in any event, whiskey history, you'll get that. Dan, Craig is wearing one of our other shirts, and this is one that's near and dear to our hearts because it does feature Liberty Pole Spirits, and they're our great friends. But check us out on bulletsandbourbon.com. Also check us out on Patreon. Again, if you subscribe, there's some exclusive content. Matter of fact, I think we're going to post up a picture of Dan, what it looks like right before
God.
you give it that hot tui.
I hate you guys.
Right before you give it that hot tui is
Before
what
you
Dan's
spit on
picture.
that thing.
Where you spit on that thing.
Eating should be a sacred time where you don't take pictures of people eating.
But this was different because you were just stuffing it in your mouth. You were going town on it. Yeah. While smoking a cigar and drinking whiskey.
I like food.
It was the thing of beauty. So again, we really do appreciate all the support. Love you guys. Keep hitting us with the comments, and we look forward to next Friday. Well, this Friday, we're going to have a special guest on, Aaron Hadjick from Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends, who's one of our good friends and runs one of the best groups I think you could possibly be around. So we're looking forward to Friday
God,
night.
you are such an ambassador.
That's what I do.
That's all I
That's
got to
what I
say.
do.
You are
Yeah.
an ambassador to the world.
I'm male model.
He's like the kid knocking on the door on the finish. With mom and dad, here comes a kid knocking on the door on the finish. Here he is.
is what it
Hey, gotta let everybody know.
So,
there-
in closing, let's get him
It
off
is
the mic.
election year, so go ahead, write in.
Oh, geez.
Jason
All
for
right.
your
Can you
candidate.
mute
In
his
any
mic and-
event, as always, thank you for your support and stay thirsty, my friends. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast of Bullets and Bourbon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.